back to the Jarring Science Club. I'm your host, Brenda, and today we're going to be testing if the sun can be used as an energy source to make some tea. Here's what you'll need. You'll need some tea packets, 2 to 4 per jar. You will need 2 jars and a thermometer to test the temperature of each of your jars. The first thing you're going to do is fill up each of your jars with water straight from the tap. Then add in your tea bags, close up your jars, keep one jar inside, then take your other jar outside and put it directly into the sun. Leave it for a couple hours, then check in on it and see how it's doing. All right, let's get to it. Here's our control tea inside. We're gonna leave this in here for a few hours, the same as the outside one, and see how the sun helps distribute the tea into the water. Here's our tea outside. It's a very hot day. It's about 100 degrees. So and actually, you can already see it moving. That's crazy. I didn't think it would be this fast. But you can already see the tea starting to disperse into the liquid because of the heat. It is not taking long. We'll check back out on that in a few minutes and see how it's doing. There, now you can see some of those. You can literally see the tea raining right down into the jar. That is super fascinating. And if the inside one is coloring this quickly, how quickly is the outside one going to be? That's the question. Does it make a difference in how quickly the tea is made, whether it's inside or outside? How hot it gets, does that make a difference in how quickly the tea is made? Here is our sun tea outside after about an hour. I'm going to take it inside and see if we can compare to see if it got darker than our inside tea. Here is the inside tea. So this tea is quite a bit darker than the other tea. So the heat definitely dispersed the tea better than the cool. Let's test the temperature and see what the difference is there. This is our inside tea, and it is currently 75.6 degrees, so almost 76 degrees. And let's see what the outside tea temperature is. Alright, so the outside tea temperature is over 100 degrees. When you put your finger in there, it feels quite warm. This one feels very cool to the touch. This one almost feels like you could just drink it and be happy. This one is warm enough to be like a hot tea. Alright, so I've got my 2 teas here. This is the one that we did. This is the one we did inside. And here's the warm one that's been sitting out in the sun. I'm gonna taste them. It's got a little bit of tea flavor, not tons. This one is a lot more deeper of a flavor and more bitter. So the outdoor brewing method definitely was affected by the sun. The heat of the sun was able to kind of draw out more of those flavors in the tea, which is why whenever you make sun tea, typically you do put it out in full sun. Here's the science. Heat is a form of energy. When molecules move faster, they produce energy, which is often released as heat. The sun gives off radiation because it is a huge ball of burning gas. Even though the sun is incredibly far away, and it would take years and years and years to get there with our current spaceflight capabilities, the sun, it's so hot that it warms the earth. If you're in the northern hemisphere, August is one of the hottest months of the year. That's when the earth is the closest to the sun on the northern side of the earth. If you live in the southern hemisphere, your warmest period is somewhere between December and January. When we put our tea into indoor water and then into outdoor water, the heat from the sun was hot enough to heat the water enough to steep the tea. When you steep tea, more of the flavors are released from the tea leaves into the water. That's why the warm tea was a lot stronger than the tea made inside. Even though the colors in our experiment were fairly similar, the taste was much stronger in the official sun tea. The longer you leave your sun tea in the sun, the stronger it will be. So if you like really strong tea, leave it out all day. Using the sun in this way is a great way to use the energy of the sun instead of having to use the energy of a fossil fuel in your home, gas or electric, to heat up your tea. You can save energy by harnessing the energy that the sun is already giving off. That's it for today. See you next time.